Hey everyone, and welcome to Easter Jam. I am so excited you're here today. Today is a day of family fun. So whoever you are, whether you're a teenager, you're a kid, you're a college student, wherever you're at, I want you to come and join your family right now because we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna have some peep jousting, an Easter egg throwdown, tons and tons of fun. So take a second, pause the video right now, make sure everybody's in the room because everybody needs to be here for Easter Jam.
Easter, a time for fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies. And then there are the weird parts of Easter, like fake grass, plastic eggs, these things, chocolate bunnies, and people dressed as bunnies, which is interesting. But what does all this stuff have to do with Easter? And if this holiday is about more than candy and wearing uncomfortable clothes to church and lunch with your relatives, what makes Easter happy?
Okay, hear me out. There are only two kinds of people in this world. There's people who love peeps, and then there are people who love peeps. Oh, wait a second. Maybe you hate peeps, but I love peeps. They're pretty fantastic. But whether you hate them or you love them, you're gonna love peep jousting. That's what we're gonna do right now. So you're gonna split your family into two teams. One team's gonna be peep A, one team's gonna be peep B. And you can name them whatever you want. You can have sugary coated Thunderlord or whatever you want it to be. You can pick a name for your team. You're gonna take your peep, just one peep. You don't need a whole package. You just need one for each team. And you're gonna stick a toothpick in your peep facing forward so that your peep is facing the other peep. You're gonna put it on a microwavable plate and then you're gonna set your microwave for 45 seconds. Now don't let your microwave run 45 seconds, otherwise you will have some peeps everywhere and that's not gonna be fun for your Easter. But for peep jousting, you're gonna put them pretty close to each other but not touching, and you're gonna start the microwave. And the first peep whose toothpick touches the other peep is the winner and they win the joust, and you're gonna wanna stop the microwave at that point. All right, so let's get our peeps out and let's go to the microwave and let's get started. All right, now that you've got your combatants set up, it's time to put them in the microwave. Set your microwave to 45 seconds and throw them in there and see who wins. Everybody gather around and make sure you crown a winner. Okay, how'd it go? Who won? Make sure your winning team celebrates because it is a day of celebration. Are you ready for another game? All right, this one you need to put down your plates, put down your peeps, because you need a laundry basket and socks. Lots and lots of socks. So I've got my basket here, but I don't have any socks with me. I get clean or dirty, it really doesn't matter what kind of socks you have, but you need at least to make sure that you have a pair. All right, let's go and let's get this game started. Okay, now that you've got your laundry basket and lots of matching socks, here's how the game works. You're gonna put your socks on one side of the room and your basket on another side. And here's how you're gonna do this. You're gonna have one person on this side of the basket, one person on this side of the basket. You're gonna say go, they're gonna run it. And they're gonna make as many matches as possible. You're gonna put them together, match them up, make your sock Easter egg or ball or whatever, and they're gonna throw it right into the basket. The person with the most socks in the basket by the end of 60 seconds wins. Are you ready? Here's the timer. Go! Okay, so how'd it go? Who won? Parents, make sure that that person gets a special treat today. Whether it's an extra peep or some candy or something, even if it was you, make sure you get an extra peep. Okay, today is an amazing day. It is Easter. And thousands of years ago, we had our first Easter, and it is one of the most powerful stories in the world. It's powerful, so much so that it changed my life, and maybe even changed your life. And it's so simple, it can even be told with laundry. Let's take a second and watch now.
In the beginning, God created everything. He formed people in His very own image. But then, we turned away from God. Sin entered the world, like a dark stain. Still, God loved us so deeply that He made a plan to rescue us. At just the right moment, God sent His very own Son, Jesus, to live among us. Jesus healed hearts and minds and bodies. Thousands gathered to hear Him teach. Instead of giving lots of new rules, Jesus turned things upside down by making it simple. Love God, love others. After 3 years of traveling and teaching, Jesus and His disciples entered Jerusalem to celebrate the Passover feast. Huge crowds gathered to welcome Him. But while the crowds cheered for Jesus, the religious leaders made plans to arrest Him. He was turning their world upside down, and they wanted Him gone. As Jesus celebrated the Passover meal with His friends, He told them that He would be leaving, but would return. His friends didn't understand. That night, one of Jesus' followers, Judas, led soldiers to arrest Him. The religious leaders gave Jesus a fake trial and then sent Him to Pilate, the Roman governor, who could have Him killed. Pilate found Jesus had broken no law and tried to release Him. But a mob called for Jesus to be killed. Pilate gave in and handed Jesus over to the Roman soldiers. Jesus was forced to carry the heavy beams of His own wooden cross. On a hill called Golgotha, the soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the rough wood. The soldiers and people who passed by laughed and mocked Him. But from the cross, Jesus asked God to forgive them. Finally, Jesus called out, "It is finished." Then He died. The earth shook. Rocks split open. Even the soldiers cried, "Surely He was the Son of God." One of Jesus' followers took His body and placed it in a tomb cut from the rock. A huge stone blocked the entrance. Jesus' friends were devastated. They had believed that Jesus was the one God promised, the one who would rescue them, but now He was gone. Their whole world had turned upside down. Jesus' friends stayed hidden in fear for 3 days. But early Sunday morning, Mary Magdalene, a close friend of Jesus, hurried to the tomb. She planned to anoint Jesus' body with special spices. As Mary neared the tomb, she saw the stone had been rolled away. The tomb was empty. Mary turned to see a man standing near. She didn't recognize him until he said, "Mary." It was Jesus, alive. Jesus told her, "Do not hold on to me. I have not yet ascended to the Father. Instead, go to those who believe in me." Jesus, God's Son, became like us to lay down His life. Through God's power, He defeated death for all of us, and sin was washed away. One day, He's promised to return, so we can live with Him forever.
That story is just amazing. I like to think of it like this. I can because Jesus is alive. Jesus being alive gives me the ability to do so many different things. I can keep loving other people because Jesus is alive. I can be brave in any situation because Jesus is alive. I can share the gospel because Jesus is alive. Jesus being alive is everything. Easter is everything to our faith. It is amazing. I want you to take some time as a family now, and I want you to answer that question. I can blank because Jesus is alive. Take turns, have everybody answer it, and answer it together as a family. What can you do as a family because Jesus is alive? Pause the video and do that now, and I'll meet you back here in just a minute. Those are some of my favorite conversations to have as a family. They're the best way to determine what you can do because of your faith. All right, now you need to determine who your camera person is. Is it your 8th grader, your 2nd grader, your aunt, uncle, whoever's with you in your house? Who's your camera guy today? And I want you to go outside and take an Easter picture. It can be in your pajamas. It can be in the nicest church clothes you can have. You can take it however you want to take it. This is your final challenge for the day. Take that picture, go online, tag @Belton Kids on Facebook or Instagram, and hashtag EasterJam2020BCC. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are so glad that you could be here and so glad that we can have a happy Easter together.
The greatest day in history. Death is beating, you have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. The empty cross, the empty grave, life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. He's alive. Oh, happy day, happy day. You wash my sin away. Oh, happy day, happy day. I'll never be the same. Forever I'm changed. I'll never be the same. When I stand in that place, realize meeting face to face. I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. In this joy, perfect peace, earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate, Jesus is alive.